held together with like digital duct tape and, the hopes and dreams of 1,000 hamsters running on tiny wheels.
It is, it's a beautiful, chaotic mess, isn't it?
Tell me about it. But what most people don't realize is behind all the like cat videos and the doom scrolling, there's this incredibly complex system called internet routing.
Right.
It's like the air traffic control for data, making sure, everything gets where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And get this, AI is about to give it a serious upgrade.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting time to be in the networking world, that's for sure.
Right.
We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how data flows across the internet.
Okay, hold on. Back up a second. I'm intrigued, but also a little terrified. Because, we're talking about handing over the keys to the internet, to AI.
Mm-hmm.
What does that even look like?
So think of traditional routing protocols like following a paper map.
Okay.
It gets you from point A to point B, sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't account for traffic jams, construction, or the occasional rogue squirrel chewing through a fiber optic cable.
Okay, that last one, terrifyingly specific. And I'm guessing those rogue squirrels are causing chaos on a daily basis in the internet world.
More than you might think.
Really?
But with AI, we're talking about a dynamic self-learning system. Imagine a GPS that constantly updates in real time.
Okay.
Not just based on your route, but on the routes of every other driver on the road, predicting traffic patterns before they even happen.
So instead of just reacting to what is already a congested mess,
Yeah.
AI is like, I got this, and just reroutes everything on the fly.
Exactly. And it can factor in things that would make a traditional routing protocol's head spin: sudden spikes in traffic, unexpected outages, even things like the weather.
Wait, the weather?
Weather.
How does that even factor into the internet?
You'd be surprised. A big storm can knock out cell towers, disrupt satellite connections, all sorts of things that can impact internet traffic. AI can take all that into account and make sure that your data finds the clearest path, even if it has to take a detour through the cloud.
This is blowing my mind, and we're just getting started. So if AI is this internet traffic wizard, what are some of the biggest wins we're talking about here?
Let's start with speed. I'm talking about faster downloads, smoother streaming, video calls that don't leave you feeling like you're stuck in a time warp.
Okay, that's huge. Anything else?
Imagine a world where your internet connection just works.
Okay.
No more buffering, no more lag, just seamless, uninterrupted access to all your, favorite online things. That's the kind of stability and reliability that AI promises.
Okay. Now you're just making me greedy for this AI-powered future.
Sure.
But before I get too excited, are there any potential downsides we need to be aware of?
Of course. AI isn't a magic bullet, and like any technology, it has its limitations.
Like what?
Well, one challenge is that AI-based routing can be incredibly complex to manage. We're
Yeah.
talking about massive amounts of data being analyzed and acted upon in real time, which requires some seriously powerful hardware and, sophisticated algorithms.
So this all sounds amazing, but there are some serious cost implications here, both for the companies that manage the internet and for us, the users.
Potentially. And then there's the issue of reliability. What happens if the AI makes a mistake?
Oh, that's reassuring. So you're saying that somewhere out there, there's a rogue AI just waiting to unleash internet Armageddon.
Let's not jump to any doomsday scenarios just yet.
Okay.
But even a small error in routing decisions could have a ripple effect across the entire internet.
Okay. So maybe not full-blown internet Armageddon,
Right.
but even a few hiccups here and there could cause some major headaches, right?
Exactly. Reliability is a huge factor when you're talking about something as critical as, internet infrastructure.
Yeah, it's like we rely on the internet for practically everything these days. Work, school, ordering pizza at 2:00 a.m.
Don't forget the cat videos.
Oh, right, of course. The cat videos.
But seriously, you're right. The stakes are incredibly high when it comes to the internet, which brings us to another crucial aspect of this whole AI revolution: security.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that, because whenever I hear AI and the internet in the same sentence, my brain immediately jumps to those Black Mirror episodes where everything goes haywire.
Right.
Is AI going to protect us from the bad guys or become the ultimate digital supervillain?
It's the question on everyone's mind, right?
Yeah.
And the answer is, as with most things AI, it's complicated.
Okay.
AI has the potential to be both a powerful shield and, in the wrong hands, a very sophisticated weapon.
Okay, so let's start with the powerful shield scenario.
Sure.
How can AI make the internet a safer place?
Imagine a security system that doesn't just react to threats, but anticipates them.
Okay.
AI can analyze massive amounts of data in real time, looking for patterns and anomalies that might indicate a potential attack.
So it's like having a digital detective constantly on the lookout for suspicious activity.
Exactly. And this AI detective never sleeps, never takes a coffee break,
Right.
and is constantly learning new ways to identify and neutralize threats.
Okay. But hackers are pretty smart cookies. They're
Yeah,
constantly finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities.
right.
Can AI really keep up?
That's where things get really interesting because AI can learn and adapt much faster than traditional security systems. It has the potential to stay one step ahead of even the most determined hackers.
So it's like an arms race, but instead of nukes, we're talking about algorithms.
In a way, yes. As AI-powered security systems get more sophisticated, so too will the methods used by those who want to bypass them.
Right.
It's an ongoing game of cat and mouse, but one where both sides are constantly evolving.
This is all starting to sound a bit like a sci-fi thriller, but I'm guessing this isn't just like some futuristic fantasy, right? This is stuff that's happening right now.
Absolutely. In fact, there are already AI-powered security systems being used by governments, financial institutions, even some of the big tech companies.
Whoa. So while I'm over here trying to remember my own passwords, these guys are already deploying AI to protect their, like, digital Fort Knox.
Pretty much. And this technology is only going to become more prevalent and sophisticated in the coming years.
Okay, so that's the AI as a shield
Mhm.
scenario.
Right.
But we also have to talk about the flip side, right?
Yeah.
The whole AI as a digital supervillain thing.
Sure.
What happens if this technology falls into the wrong hands?
It's a valid concern and one that we need to be very mindful of.
Okay.
In the wrong hands, AI could be used to launch attacks that are far more sophisticated and damaging than anything we've seen before.
Like what? Give me a worst case scenario here.
Imagine a virus that can adapt and evolve in real time, spreading across the internet like wildfire, shutting down critical infrastructure, disrupting financial markets, basically wreaking havoc on a global scale.
Okay, that's officially terrifying.
Yeah.
But is that even possible with current technology?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
The field of AI is moving incredibly fast, and what seems impossible today could become reality tomorrow.
So what can we do about it? I mean, if AI is this powerful tool that can be used for both good and evil, how do we make sure it doesn't turn into like a digital Frankenstein's monster?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And unfortunately, there are no easy answers.
Right.
It's going to require a collaborative effort from governments, tech companies, and individuals to establish ethical guidelines for AI development, to promote transparency and accountability, and to ensure that these technologies are used responsibly.
Okay, so a lot to think about there.
Right.
But before we start drafting our AI ethics manifestos, let's get back to some of the more practical applications of this technology. We've talked about speed, security, but there's one more piece of the puzzle I want to unpack. This whole idea of edge computing. It sounds like something straight out of Star Trek, but I'm guessing it has something to do with AI and how our internet actually works.
You're on the right track. Edge computing is definitely a game changer, and it's deeply intertwined with the future of AI and the internet.
Okay, so indulge me, what is edge computing?
To put it simply, edge computing is about bringing the power of AI directly to the devices and systems that need it instead of relying on centralized data centers.
So instead of my data having to travel all the way to some giant server farm and back, it gets processed locally, like on my device.
Exactly. Think of it this way right now. Most of the internet's heavy lifting is done in these massive data centers, often located hundreds or even thousands of miles away from the users they serve.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of those places. They look like something out of a science fiction movie. Rows and rows of servers, all blinking lights and whirring fans.
Exactly. And while these data centers are incredibly powerful, they have their limitations.
Okay.
One of the biggest is latency, the time it takes for data to travel back and forth between these centralized locations and your devices.
So the farther away the data center, the longer it takes for things to load,
Yeah.
the more likely I am to, experience lag. That kind of
Exactly. And that's where edge computing comes in.
thing. Okay.
By moving processing power closer to the edge of the network, to devices like your phone, your laptop, even your smart refrigerator.
Hold on. My fridge is in on this too.
Potentially. But the point is, by distributing computing power in this way, we can significantly reduce latency, improve efficiency, and enable a whole new world of possibilities.
Okay, so faster speeds, less lag. I'm liking the sound of this already.
Yeah,
But you said something about a whole new world of possibilities.
right.
What else can edge computing do?
Well, For starters, it opens up a world of opportunities for real-time applications that simply aren't possible with traditional cloud-based systems.
Like what? Give me an example.
Imagine a surgeon performing a delicate procedure remotely using a robotic arm.
Okay.
With edge computing, the control signals wouldn't have to travel all the way to a data center and back, allowing for near instantaneous feedback and response times.
Wow.
It could literally mean the difference between life and death.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of future is now stuff that gets me pumped about technology.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
So we've got AI optimizing internet traffic, edge computing, bringing the power of the internet directly to our devices. It sounds like we're on the verge of a major internet upgrade.
It really does feel that way.
But what about the companies that actually control the internet? The internet service providers, or ISPs. How does all of this impact them?
That's a great question, and one with some potentially far-reaching implications.
Okay.
ISPs are going to play a pivotal role in this new AI-powered internet, both in terms of the opportunities and the challenges.
Okay, so let's unpack that.
Sure.
Let's start with the opportunities.
Okay.
How can ISPs benefit from all this? So we were just diving into the world of ISPs and how this whole like AI-powered internet revolution is going to, shake things up for them. What kind of opportunities are we talking about here?
Well, imagine a world where your ISP can tailor your internet service to your exact needs, even before you know what those needs are.
Okay.
We're talking about a level of personalization that goes way beyond just choosing the right data plan.
Okay, so like instead of me calling them up every time I move and trying to decipher their like cryptic plan options, they just like know I'm a heavy gamer and automatically prioritize my connection during prime time.
Exactly. AI can analyze your internet usage patterns, predict your needs, and even, proactively optimize your connection for specific activities, whether you're streaming, gaming, or video conferencing. It's like having a personal internet concierge.
Okay, I'll admit that sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But I'm also hearing a but coming. There's always a but, right?
Right. And in this case, the but is about data privacy. To deliver this level of personalized service, ISPs need access to a lot of information about your online activity.
Yeah.
We're talking about what websites you visit, what apps you use, even how much bandwidth you're using at any given time.
Okay, so that's a little Big Brother-ish, right? What kind of safeguards are in place to make sure ISPs aren't just like collecting and selling all our data to the highest bidder?
That's the million-dollar question, and unfortunately, there's no easy answer.
Right.
Different countries have different regulations governing data privacy, and the landscape is constantly changing.
Right.
But it's definitely something consumers need to be aware of and concerned about.
So what can we do about it? I mean, short of like moving off the grid and living like a digital hermit, how do we protect our privacy in this like brave new world of AI-powered internet?
Well, for starters, stay informed.
Hello?
The more you know about how your data is being collected and used, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Read the fine print on those user agreements, explore privacy settings on your devices and apps, and consider using privacy-focused tools like VPNs.
It's like we have to become our own like digital privacy advocates.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, it's your data, and you have a right to control how it's used.
Well said. And on that note of empowerment, this has been an incredible deep dive. AI taking the wheel of internet routing, rogue squirrels chewing through fiber optic cables. Who knew the internet could be so exciting and terrifying at the same time? But for our listeners who might be feeling a little overwhelmed by all this tech talk, what's the one big takeaway you want them to walk away with?
If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it would be this. The internet as we know it is on the verge of a major transformation, and AI is going to be the driving force behind that change.
And that transformation comes with both, like incredible opportunities and some very real challenges that, we need to be prepared to address.
Absolutely.
So to our listeners, stay curious, stay informed, and buckle up because the future of the internet is going to be a wild ride.